go. I'm out of my mind, I can't find my way home. I know I'm hardly sane. I'm done and dusted again.
What you just saw was the poster for upcoming STCT's first feature-length film, Christ Complex. You know, I on my own have done a few short films. None of them I recommend you looking up. Last Right's really bad. Helljack Samurai really embarrassing. You know, we've been doing the STC podcast, myself, Billy T. Stevens, for about 3 years now, and interviewed, you know, Jack Perez, Tony Burgess, Lloyd Kaufman, several, you know, great filmmakers, independent filmmakers there, and we finally realized the time has come to make our own, in the words of Lloyd Kaufman, our own damn movie. So we currently have an Indiegogo site up, and really what I wanted to do is take a moment. I'm going to do a series of video blogs, and eventually, you know, toward the middle of this video blog series, I'll eventually show you a trailer or footage or stuff that we've done. We're at the beginning of the process right now. We're really at the fundraising / script writing piece of the process. The treatment's done, but we're working on the script now, and a shooting script, and we're also trying to get funds together through Indiegogo. Which, if you go to Indiegogo, search Christ Complex, you'll be able to get information on Christ Complex. But really, just give you some background myself. I'm Jeffrey Scott Richards. I co-host the STCT podcast. Again, you know, name the people that we've interviewed. I am a screenwriter, or aspiring screenwriter. I was a quarterfinalist in the Blue Cat Screenplay Competition. I am a co-producer, or was a co-producer of, Massacre Hill, which is a Canadian horror film directed by the Francis brothers. And really, the time has come. STCT is going to start getting into film distribution. We're working with aspiring filmmaker Aaron Verbal right now. You know, and he's going to, he has a documentary he's working on, which we're going to produce and distribute. But it really, you know, it's all kind of coming down to wanting to make our own movie. A movie that I direct, that I write, that, you know, Billy T. is the executive producer of, and also head of marketing for, and something that, you know, we can kind of take to the next level. So we've got a lot of exciting projects, but this is kind of the granddaddy of them all, really. And Christ Complex, just kind of give you a brief rundown, is, I don't know how many people out there are familiar with, there's a film, I'm sure you're familiar with the director. I mean, he directed Midnight Meat Train, he directed one of the last Godzilla films, Final Wars, but he also directed a film early on called Versus, which I'm a huge, huge fan of Versus. And I kind of wondered, like, what would happen with Versus if you kind of added a romantic comedy element and kind of took it in like this Cameron Crowe type of direction. So basically, Christ Complex is about a guy who believes he is the savior of the world. He's going to fight, he has a friend named Lewis, and every 70 years they fight to the death to kind of fend off the apocalypse. And, you know, they're getting ready for their first fight in 70 years. And right before they're getting ready for the climactic battle, Quinn, which is the self-proclaimed savior, meets a girl named Allison at the college he attends. And Allison also likes men who are a little bit quirky, guys she kind of views as feral boys that she can kind of change and mold. So it becomes kind of a coming-of-age story for Allison, and it's also a story about Quinn and you know, kind of whether we need to go after our destiny or whether we need to, you know, go after the all-American story, whether, you know, it's destiny over true love, basically. So that's pretty much the rundown of the film, and we'll talk about it more in coming weeks. But really, at this point, we won't be able to make this film without you. So what I'm going to ask for everybody to do, if you go to Indiegogo.com, you're going to see a breakdown of different donations that you can do. There's a $5 donation, a $10 donation. It goes up to $1,000. We need $5,000 to be able to make this film and give you the quality that you expect. So, that's our goal in Indiegogo. We got some funds coming in from other means, but we need $5,000 from Indiegogo to make the film that you expect. So, we have about enough listeners via our podcast. Our podcast is actually getting ready to hit 10,000 downloads probably in the next week or so. Once it hits 10,000 downloads, if each one of those listeners would give $1 even, then obviously they would, we would definitely more than make our goal. But if people that listen to this, or watch this YouTube vlog, whatever it's called, what the hell are these things called? Whatever they're called. If everybody who watched this would just donate $1 or $2, again, it's a small price to pay, and you're basically part of something that's bigger. But aside from all that, if really what you're wanting is a title, you've seen several of these fundraising videos. I'm sure you've seen several of these fundraising sites. And it's always $100 and I'll make you an executive producer, $500, $1,000, I'll make you an executive producer. We're kind of like that too, to some degree. But unlike a lot of those sites, if you want a producer credit and you want an IMDb credit, all you have to do is donate $10. So instead of spending like $10 to go watch a movie, just spend $10 to make a movie and be a part of something. So that way when you actually see the film when it comes out, we're looking to distribute this via, probably in the very beginning, via like Amazon on demand, hopefully maybe like a Netflix or something like that, but definitely doing an online distribution at first, and then we'll move into, DVDs and whatnot. But, if each of you would donate that $10, again, we would come up with an astronomical budget that we could do some really cool things with. So, but yeah, that's a small price to pay to be a producer of this film. So, that's really what I'm asking of you guys tonight in this video blog, is to just go to, all you have to do is go to Indiegogo and check it out. I'm not even asking for a commitment. Just go to Indiegogo, I'll put the link up at the end here, but go to Indiegogo, search for Christ Complex, and just check it out. So, and if you decide you want to donate, great. If you decide you don't, great too. But, and you can hear my kids play in the background. I could, at this point, use my kids as a tool, be like, hey, if I become a filmmaker, you can help me feed my children, bring out one of them in like ragged clothes, and make everybody feel sorry. But I'm not going to play that game. So, but what I will ask you to do, just check it out. You can be a part of something that's pretty big. Hopefully it'll be big. So, in the coming weeks, on this video blog, I hear a train or a child's toy coming in here. In the coming weeks, we'll talk more about, production, we'll talk more about the story, we'll talk about the script, we'll, meet people that are involved in the film. I gotta hurry up, I'm about ready to be attacked by a child with a sweeper. So, but in the coming weeks, we'll have a whole bunch of stuff happening. So, sit tight, and we will, that is the weirdest sweeper I've ever seen in my life.
I kissed the cat.
And that's pretty much the end. So we'll join me on the next video blog and we'll talk more. The link's coming up.